Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
For the 2 people that watch, and that being most of us.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Cornerstone and NFT Talk.
This is basically a diary of just our sessions more so than anything else now. This is like,
Yeah.
it's kind of nice though.
No, it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool to look back at this and in when we're getting towards the end of this campaign in 2024. It's gonna be great.
That's optimistic.
In
That's optimistic, yeah.
More like 2050, I'd say. Would be,
Wait, did you say optimistic, Dan? Oh no. Oh no.
No, I think we were being a bit sarcastic. I think we'll hopefully get it done in 2022 for summer, maybe. Or
Yeah, hopefully.
yo, Carl, how you doing?
Hey.
got it.
Alright.
Okay. I have a bit of an introduction of what happened last time recap. I have someone, but it's only the first half of it. It's a little bit. Did anyone else have one planned, by the way? No?
An introduction? No, I didn't have one planned. No.
Do a recap.
Well, there
Okay.
I don't mind doing it if you want to do it, or.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so, in the last episode, the party ventures forward on their trip towards the necropolis. The landscape becomes more desolate and barren, with the terrain becoming covered with specks of light snow, which turns into heavy sheets as we march on through the mountains. As the party marches through the day and camps in the night, Carl was experimenting with more iron stomach proofing methods, to which he was successful. The party ventures forward on the next day and reaches a tight piece of hilly land with a drop on the right-hand side. The adventurers did not spot until it was too late. 3 harpies perched on the opposite side of the ravine, eyeing up the party for victims in the Death's Pass. Immediately, the party was set upon by the harpy song, which almost killed Prometheus, Carl, and Xander by dragging them over the abyss. A timely ballad by Phoebe inspired Prometheus to break out of his trance just in time at the edge of the lip. The party began to throw magic weapons at harpies in order to stop the song, calling them to the depths below. Although the song almost killed a few members of the party, they managed to break free on the edge and break out of the trance with the help of a blessed spell from Prometheus, bardic inspiration from Phoebe, and the harpies closed in on the party. This is where the planned recap ends, but the party managed to battle with some different magic throwing them at the edge, managed to take down each harpy one by one, and saving all party members, until we got set upon by a gigantic beast, which was a furry monkey. And what was his name? What was that thing?
A Yeti.
Yeti.
A Yeti. we got yeeted on by the Yeti, and we managed to take it down. It was a bit of a ferocious fight, but with help of, I think there was a fairy fire light show, which was completely ineffective, but we appreciate it. And we also we got Leia, which bitch slapped the Yeti with a massive hand. And I think all got involved, throwing tons of damage downstream, while Kira again hit back at the edge. But what more can we expect?
And,
Is there anything else I missed, by the way?
I ended up doing Xander did anyway, the final blow to the Yeti with slashing to the ribs, I think, was it?
Yeah, you gutted that thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
The fire damage from Carl was very effective against the Yeti.
And Prometheus was attempting a wrestle move, but did not succeed.
Yeah, it was a bit. My hands were a bit cold. That's what happened there. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. In that case, combat has just finished. You have 2 dead harpies in front between Leia and Prometheus, and a dead Yeti in between, like with a floating red hand, in between Xander and Prometheus, and like the Yeti's kind of in front of them. What do you guys want to do?
Could I take a tooth from the Yeti?
Yeah, you can take the tooth from the Yeti. And as you reach down to take a tooth from the Yeti, you hear just a very over the bustling wind. And actually, you don't hear any wind at this point. It's just kind of like lightly falling snow. You're just in the kind of now that the battle has ended and silence is kind of fallen over this kind of mountain pass. You hear a polite little clapping noise coming from behind you as you turn around. As if you turn around, you see Kira just kind of standing there, like politely clapping after putting away a scroll and what looks to be a writing utensil. She goes, that went pretty well. That's pretty good.
Yeah, wasn't too bad. We didn't get too banged up, I don't think.
Yeah. Easy fight, really. I mean, I like the songs though. I didn't really like the Dragon to the Abyss, but
yeah, the harpies like they like to entice you, and then next thing you know, you're dead. But they do sing good. They do sing very well. Yeah.
yeah.
So, do you want to kind of relax now because we've got maybe another half a day of travel through the mountains before we make it to the necropolis? It's 6:30-ish. So
we could continue on going for somewhere with a bit more cover. I'm not sure I like being near the edge where.
Yeah, if
With
anyone's a
more harpies.
sleepwalker, there'd be a dangerous spot.
That's a good.
I mean,
that's a
if we
good point.
keep going for another like couple hours, are we gonna reach the end of this cavern thing?
you're kind of in it's like a massive valley. Like you've got mountains. You've a mountain that you're walking along the side of right now that's kind of going way up into the distance. And a valley that is at this point you can't even see past, with the dimming light and the snow that's coming by your vision. It's not quite blizzard like snow, but it is heavy snow, so you can't really see how deep this goes. And you just see the path just kind of winds up the mountain. You don't even see where at one point it just turns and you don't see any more path.
I suggest we maybe find a cave or even a better bit of shelter along this path, and then we can rest.
Yeah, I think it sounds
We
good.
don't
Like a
want
good
another
plan.
harpy or a yeti coming down from here. Unless you want to cuddle up with the yeti.
We should sacrifice the Yeti at least. I mean,
Can we get the Yeti fur? Can we skin the Yeti?
Oh, good point. Can we?
Yeah, you can skin the Yeti. Who wants to skin it?
Who's good at skinning?
Phoebe or is it just Phoebe? Okay, just Phoebe.
Oh god, okay, yeah, that's gonna work.
Alright, I'll have you make a survival check then for me, please.
Oh,
How good are you at skinning this Yeti?
makes sense. The druid would probably help him.
It might too, yeah.
Wait, did you get a roll twice?
Huh?
Oh, did it? Why did it roll twice for you?
I think because I clicked on it twice because it wasn't working.
Oh, okay. So we'll go with the first one then.
Yeah.
12, which is also the better one. Why do you get +1+1? What's going on there?
Who knows?
Oh yeah, it's +2, but it's coming up as +1+1. That's weird. Yeah, so 12. You managed to skin enough of it. You nick it in a couple of places, so that it's not like it's not like you've just kind of. How do I phrase this? It's not like you just kind of slipped the skin off of the meat, and there are parts where Xander and Prometheus slashed into it, and where it's burned from Carl. So you do manage to skin some of it. It's huge in comparison to you. How tall would you say Phoebe is?
I think she's what, on 5'5", 5'6", maybe, I don't know.
Well, this Yeti is about 7.5, nearly 8 feet tall, and it's like slumped on the ground, blood kind of pouring out of its belly, and you skin off like enough that you could make yourself like a nice like cloak, or maybe like a fur dress if you so wished. It's a fair amount, but there are parts where you weren't quite as clean cutting with the knife, but it was decent.
Okay, cool. I've added it to my loot.
Yeah, go ahead. You just have raw Yeti fur in your.
I say that'd be a
Probably need
fair
to
way.
find
No.
someone to do something with it. But okay. So if you want to go, you want to look for a cave to bed down for.
Yeah.
By this point, I'll say the hand is gone.
Even just a bit of cover or something, you know, just a bit of.
Yeah, even. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, Xander and Prometheus, both the ones talking. So you'll go make the perception check to see if you can find somewhere you can bed down for the evening.
Yeah, Xander, let's go find some shelter. Oh, we are not doing a good job of this. I don't.
You
think
find
so.
like a lip in the path, like where like the path continues on, and you find like a part where there's just like an overhang in the rock that you could probably safely bed down. There's no snow falling there. There's no wind blowing through, so it would suffice for the evening.
Yeah, that'll do.
I think that would be great. And it was set up underneath there. Put some people on watch, and we can all cuddle up together. Be a nice, happy family.
Yeah.
I think I got a bottle of wine as well. We can share. You know, so that could be a.
I'll share some of that. Yeah.
You gonna set up a fire as well?
Yes. What do you...
Yeah, definitely.
Scare
Okay.
away
Or
the
should we be
evil
stealthy?
people.
That's the question. I asked the party. Should we be stealthy or should we be as we are?
Well, I think we should set the fire. Be cold, but I agree that there's a chance we might tell other creatures we're here. But we also the Yeti was scared of fire, so the Yeti, the fire might help. But
True. I think a fire is needed then.
I take the risk in this cold.
Okay.
cool. Oh.
So you settle down for the evening, and we'll just stay on this map because it's easy. I'll remove some of the. I'll remove the dead Yeti. Is there anything else here that I can see? All right. Yeah. So we'll say you can safely bed down for the evening. Okay. Who's going to take first watch?
Sure, I'll do it.
I'll do the first one then as well.
I want to do some practice on my double leg, which a single leg, just like visualizing it. That fucked up on the Yeti. I want to be like ready. Just like, you know, that's all I'm doing for my watch as well. I'm watching, but I'm kind of like. You know.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just removing these conditions that are on you guys.
Could I set a is it possible to set a small animal trap along the trail?
Yes, it is possible to smell to your, like further along or behind you.
Up the path a bit further.
Okay, yeah. If you want to do that, you can.
Yeah.
In that case, it will be a survival check for you to set a.
17.
17. Yeah, you had described the trap that you're setting.
It hits rope and it's like strung up on top of a rock and laid down.
Okay.
Yep. So it's attached
Yeah.
to the cliff. Yeah. So if they get on in the rope, they're tangled up.
Yeah, that's cool. In that case, nice. So you got a trap set ahead of you, and the two of you guys are going to take first watch. Who will take second watch just so we can speed along?
Yeah, sure.
Alright,
Huh?
Eager. And
Jasmine.
Phoe-
No.
Phoebe.
Phoebe.
Okay, and then that leaves
Poison.
Poison Dude and
Leia.
Leia. Almost forgot your name.
Poison dude.
Yeah, alright. Alright, so then in that case, you guys start relaxing. And it is cold, and it's uncomfortable to fall asleep. But sleep isn't hard for you guys to come to when you get used to the conditions you're in. It's an uncomfortable like rocky floor, and it is cold, but there isn't really much of a breeze or anything to kind of like wake you up. So I'll have Xander and Prometheus make a perception check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see everything. I'm also going to use Fortuna to help, so it's going to give me an extra 2+2 perception, but
So
and night vision.
19 instead of an 18. Okay. All right.
Lovely. We see everything.
What do you see? There are some moments where, like, as you're relaxing, kind of you're propping yourselves up against some rocks, just sitting there, just kind of keeping an eye on things. And you're seeing everyone else kind of drift off into an uneasy sleep because it's not a comfortable sleeping environment. Sometimes you swear you see, Prometheus, you see something moving down in the valley. You don't know what that is. And occasionally you hear what sounds like clinking of something. Just kind of, but clinking or clattering way down in the valley, just kind of drifting up into your senses. But
How deep is this valley?
if you were to lean over the edge and look, you don't know. After about, you see it go down, and it's kind of, you see lips and ridges as it goes down, and it's like you lose sight in the darkness at about 50 feet.
Sander, I know we probably shouldn't fuck with things that are not really bothering us. Do you have any interest to see how far our torch goes down there?
Sure, why not?
I thought you were going to be the voice of reason here, but okay, let's do it.
Yeah, well, hang on. Well, I have dark vision, so I'm technically still only 60 feet. Is that right?
Yeah. So you see an extra 10 feet, and you see that it just continues. Where that lip goes,
Yeah.
it just kind of continues down. You see a
Yeah.
little bit more rock, and then it's just more darkness from there.
Like,
Alright.
I'd say it's gonna be some throw to get it all the way through those lips, but if you think it's worth it, I'll help you look.
I'm naturally curious. No, I think we'll leave it. I mean, it hasn't spotted us. It sounds like something big. I think we leave it be for the moment.
Yeah. What is it that you think you hear?
I thought it was your mother down there for the start, but I guess not.
Well, she's back in Mitros, I hope so. Where's your mother?
Oh God, she's dead.
Oh,
no,
no.
she was taken by a green dragon, and I haven't seen her since I was a child. So,
Oh,
thanks for bringing it up, man.
shit, I didn't know that, sorry.
It's alright. I mean, she's probably alive, maybe. I don't know.
Do you think you might find her one day?
Oh, I think so. I think there's a chance. I mean, that's the goal. So I need this weapon to go. I mean, eventually, I hope you'll all help me fight this
Definitely.
dragon to rescue my mother.
Definitely. Anything. Do everything, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Need
So
to
Do we go to?
All right, that is
next
your.
Yeah.
That is next watch. Go to next watch and next watch up, and you two bed down for the evening. Next watch is. Oh, what the fuck? Next watch is Viger and Phoebe. Perception checks there.
Oh. Ooh.
An 8, and then Viger.
Didn't get mine.
Refresh. I'll prompt you again.
I'm just refreshing right now.
Okay. You in now?
Yeah, it should be in. It says I lack permission. What?
What?
Wait, try again.
Sorry, just looking at something here. Yeah, you should be good. I had a look. I just had a look at the users there. You still had permissions, so let me just double check your character sheet. So that's the permissions. I had to reload as well. So
Very strange.
very odd, yes. Yeah. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
prompt you now.
This isn't- yeah.
Your perception.
There we go.
Oh, sorry, I prompted you a second time. Don't ignore the second one. Just press X on it. All right. So an 8 and a 20. Okay. Phoebe, you are just cold. This is the coldest you've ever been. You've never ventured into like snow or mountains like this before, and you are fucking freezing. You had a little bit of a kip before this, then you get shaken awake, and you're told to keep watch, and it's just fucking cold. That's all that you feel. That's all that's on your mind right now. Viger, you're more used to cold conditions due to like living in a river in your past, and sometimes rivers get cold at nighttime. So you're able to focus more, and you also hear down in the valley with a 20. You're able to distinguish that sounds like bone against bone.
Okay.
That you occasionally you just hear it kind of like grinding or clink, like bumping off something else. It just sounds like bone moving around.
Guys, the cliff has a boner.
Fantastic.
We're sleeping.
You're saying that just to Phoebe at the moment. But
Everybody else is asleep, man. How does the cliff have a boner?
I don't know. It just sounds like a boner.
Boners don't have sounds, dude. You're
Phoebe,
crazy,
Phoebe, it
I'm
sounds like
freaking
bones
out.
down there. I don't think we should go down there, man.
It's very American.
Do we have much of a choice?
I think we should go back out of the cave and just go home.
Well, that's not very hero mindset of you.
I don't know. What do you think? I'll stay behind you.
All right. Yeah. You, however much bigger than me, will stay behind this petite goat. Sure, cool.
I'll go on my knees. You'll be totally there.
Let's just wake the next group up.
Guys, the cliff has a boner. Wake up!
all right, you wake up, Carl and Leia.
What?
The
What
cliff
did
has
you
a
say?
boner, Carl. The cliff has a boner. Get
What?
up.
What are you smoking, Vigor?
You want some? It's really good.
How does the cliff have a boner?
That's what I said.
All this discussion kind of between the others also wakes up Kira. It's like, what?
Talking about boners on the cliff, Kira.
Alright, I'm gonna
Never
recommend
heard
that's
of
the
that
only way I get warm.
Okay. Alright, so the two of you go to sleep, leaving Carl and Leia awake.
Oh, shit.
So I'll prompt you guys.
Oh, it's my time.
Oh shit, I fucked up. Oh shit.
Oh, whoops. There it goes. There you go.
It's my time to eat poison.
Oh, the moment of truth.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn!
not
A
bad.
6. Oh, you only. I thought the 16 was gonna be Leia with the +7, but you only got a.
Madness.
Yeah. 16 and a 12. There isn't really much for you guys to see. You don't hear anything. It's kind of just silent. You notice like Kira also wakes up about halfway through your watch, and is just kind of sitting there, and she's kind of flicking through some of her papers that she has. But there isn't really anything of note to notice. You notice that like the brief moments where the snow looks like it's lightening up before it picks back up again. Yeah.
There's no cliff that looks like a boner, is there?
Absolutely not. No.
So, alright. I don't know what he's smoking that beat there. Leia, you want some of this poison?
Are you there, Leia?
I think Leia's dead.
Alright, Leia's
Hi.
doing her own thing.
Bro, I'm here. Can you hear
Yeah.
me? Is my
Yeah.
mic fucked?
No, we can hear you now.
Oh shit, I don't want your thing.
You all want
No.
poison? Ah shit, alright. I'm gonna sit on a rock, and I'd like to make a small bonfire with my bonfire skill and like just take some poison, you know?
Okay. I'm just gonna say this now. If you do this now,
I'm gonna
this
help
is
you.
after you will have had your long rest.
It's after.
This damage, like what you're doing here, this is damage that will be in place after your long rest. You don't like because you're doing this over the course of the 8 hours. This is damage that will carry over.
He still wants to do it, sure.
I'm
If
okay
you
with
still
it.
want to do it, you can do it. But like, if you take like 12 damage, you are at -12 for the rest
Yeah.
of the day unless people heal you.
I'm okay with that, but I'm gonna cast false life before I take some poison then.
All right, hold on. I think you have some. Yeah, you have. Get
Where's
rid
my
of those
false?
temporary hit points. Those are gone now.
False life. I cast false life. I didn't do anything. It's a 4+.
What is it? What dice is it?
I think it's a 1d4 + 4. Let me double check. 1d4 + 4.
All right, roll a d4 then. On the left-hand side.
Mhm.
Might get actually a module that puts the dice in like the chat up just above the chat box.
4. Get a 1. Nice.
Um,
And gotta take my
who's
poison.
on with
Okay,
me?
so 5 extra
Who's
hit
on with
points.
Carl?
Leia.
Oh, there, kind of.
Oh shit.
All right, so you take some rat poison. One or you take 3? Okay.
I take 2, and then I take 1 boar.
You take 2 and a boar. Okay, it
And a boar.
came up as.
Sorry, my mouse is busted. It double clicks like half the time.
Okay, and then if you take in a boar, let me just. You're taking the 2 of those, so you're down to 0.
Yeah. I'm gonna do the
And
poison
then-
thing. I'm gonna do it at the start of the session.
All right, that's cool. So in that case, it's what a Constitution saving throw. I'll prompt you 3 times.
You can do it, Brian.
Ah
You
shit.
can, Carl. You can do it.
Ah shit. I hope
Eat
my
that
stomach's
poison,
strong.
I did.
Strong stomach. Ugh.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
No! No!
All right,
Okay, you just gotta laugh.
natural 1 on the first one,
Oh,
which was rat poison.
I didn't sit well.
Uh,
Extra rat in that one.
Does
So
he
that's
crap his
4. So wait, you rolled 5 on your false life, right?
Yes. So I
Alright.
still
Oh, whoops!
surplus
I don't know
one.
why you're not dead. Don't worry about that.
Still have surplus 1
Uh-huh.
from the first one.
If Carl has stomach problems, can please he takes a crap over the edge of the lip of the cliff, and Leia holds his hands to keep him balanced, and
And
Shit.
5 on the next one.
-4 now.
And then you succeeded on the boar, so that is 1 success we can say for you. So that puts you let me just 22.
Heck yeah. Alright.
Alright, so you're down 6 points total. Alright. So Leia, you're willingly watching Carl just consuming poison that you might have even witnessed him buy. So you know what it is, and you know you can just see him scoffing it down. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you want to do, Leia? You're-
No. Let's go.
Okay.
so go.
And as you're kind of waking everyone else up, you see Kira finally. She'd kind of been rifling through some of her papers, and she finally finds one. She goes, nice, and she puts the rest of her papers back, and she's just holding one. And she kind of rolls it up a little bit, kind of just waiting for everyone to wake up. And as you all wake up, the day is yours. Are you ready to continue on?
Hell yeah.
I check my trap, see if anything.
All right, yeah, you continue along the path and you check your trap, and it is empty.
Okay, I'll take up the materials and pack out away.
Okay.
I'm gonna suggest to I'm gonna go over to Phoebe, and I'm gonna be like, Phoebe, so for your second training session, it's perfect for learning how to get used to like carrying medium or heavy armor on a walk. So what I'm gonna do is, and I'm not taking advantage of you here, I've got I'm gonna give you my shield for a bit of extra weight. We're gonna put that on your back, and then we're also gonna give you maybe you take some extra mithril shirt on and you just wear it over, just for the moment, a bit of an extra weight. What do you think?
It isn't the idea of a mithril stuff that like it's super light.
Yep.
Okay. Maybe I'll just give her the shield just because the shield will weigh like, I don't know, 10 pounds or something.
Before
Yeah,
I say
yeah.
yes to this, does this count?
Depends on how long
Just
you're
read
walking
it.
for with the.
Oh, I asked Kira, like, how long do you think yours left?
You see, she thinks about it. Sorry, I'll bring us around to daytime. Morning. So it's about 7 in the morning. If we're lucky, we could get there by midday. If we push through the snow and along the path without any incidents, we should be able to get there by midday.
So that's a solid 5 hours. Does that count?
Yeah, we can say it might count. Yeah.
Would it slow us down?
Not massively. You might get there by like half past 12 instead of 12. But
All
like,
right.
Yeah.
I'm up for it.
Yeah.
Let's go. Give me that shield, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go encourage. I'm gonna walking beside Phoebe, encouraging her, and just ready as well to grab back the shield at the start for a sign of anything shady happening. So.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So yeah,
Mark
you
that down
continue
as number
along.
2.
And as you continue along, you kind of starting to get a bit of a running commentary from Kira. She's like, oh, this path that we're on right now. As you can tell, very quiet. And you see, kind of like she's unraveling a little bit of the scroll as she's walking along. It's almost as like she's reading something that she copied, from someone else. With like kind of she's going with a bit of like a different kind of, like a narrator kind of voice. That she's affecting as she's kind of as she's walking in the middle of you all, so that you're all hearing her. This is called the Path of the Dead because, if I remember correctly, the necropolis was, when it was being built, those that died in the building of it were thrown down the valley. So it's said that their souls linger on this path. I don't know if that's true or not. But fun talked about, isn't it?
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, we can. They do come by. We'll banish them back to the other world, from whence they came. So I'm excited.
Well, see, the thing is, they came from this world, so you're kind of banishing them from this world to this world. So.
So I can kill them again. It's fantastic. I'll keep banishing them back onto my spear. You know.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna work. Yeah.
Sorry, I hit my head getting up off that cliff. I'm a little bit wavy today.
That's okay. I think I remember one of you. Was it you, Xander? She points at you, Xander. Was it you that you remembered something about Mirror? And that triggered something in my mind, so I went looking back through my very large collection of poetry and stories and
You mean porn,
everything. Right? I might have some porn. But I'm not going to use it here because I feel like that's something where, like...
Is it dragon porn?
No.
Okay.
That's monster. No, that's bestiality. No.
I don't know what you're into,
Kira, I'd be
Kira.
interested if you do have it.
If Igor goes for yourself off the cliff there, cheers.
I'm. If you want to hear porn, wait until we're in a more civilized location where like it's not a fucking freezing mountaintop.
I mean,
Yeah.
the cliff was erect. I don't know about you. It sounded like it was having a bit of fun. So.
You're seeing things bigger. There's nothing there.
No, Carl, maybe it's your poison. It's getting into my veins, man.
Wait, my point? How'd you know about that?
Sorry, Kira, continue.
Well, yeah. So you talking about Mirror reminded me of the Song of Xander. It was it's an old enough tale. And it goes. I think it was originally written by Reason Phobos. I think. And I found this copy. It was kind of buried in the academy, like one of the many like scroll racks or whatever you want to call those library things, in the academy. And let me read it out. And she's you're walking and talking as she's doing this, so you don't have to worry about like you stop still. The world was young, the mountains green, no stain yet on the moon was seen. No words were laid on stream or stone when Xander woke and walked alone. He named the nameless hills and dells, he drank from yet untasted wells. He stooped and looked in mirror and saw a crown of stars appear as gems upon a silver thread above the shadows of his head. The world was fair, the mountains tall, in elder days before the fall of mighty kings in Tillamook and Astoria who now beyond. The forgotten seas have passed away, the world was fair in Xander's day. A king he was on carven throne in many pillared halls of stone, with golden roof and silver floor, and runes of power upon the door. The light of sun and star and moon in shining lamps of crystal hewn, undimmed by cloud or shade of night, there shone forever fair and bright. Their hammer on the anvil smote, their chisel clove and graver wrote, their forged was blade and bound was hilt, the delver mined, the mason built. Their beryl pearl and opal pale, and metal wrought like fish's mail. Buckler and corset, axe and sword, and shining spears were laid in hoard. Unwearied then were Xander's folk. Beneath the mountains music woke. The harpers harped, the minstrels sang, and at the gates the trumpets rang. The world is grey, the mountains old, the forge's fire is ashen cold. The darkness dwells in Xander's halls, and shadow lies upon his tomb in Telemoc amidst his gloom. But still the sunken stars appear in dark and windless mirror. There lies his crown in water deep, till Xander wakes again from sleep. Just thought you want to hear the full thing, because yeah, the last verse is very dark and gloomy, and I like the first bit where it's kind of like he's walking around and he's naming all the hills and stuff. But yeah, it's weird that you only know the last bit because that's kind of depressing.
Yeah, it was what my father was saying, I think.
Yeah, you don't really hear you don't really
Yeah.
hear people talking about this poem anymore.
Yeah.
Not since the Order of Sidon kind of became more popular. That kind of poem.
Those bastards.
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's a very kind of Dragonlord centric poem. And a lot of the more that kind of poetry and songs and stuff kind of have fallen away as we've come closer and closer to the Oath of Peace ending. But yeah, thought I'd uplift you with a nice depressing tale.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Sure. Shall we sprint a bit so we warm ourselves up?
It's like, oh, there's no need. And as you come around the corner, and it's now, it's about like nearly 12, nearly midday, and you see, as you turn a corner, you see in front of you just this huge like vista in front of you, as this ancient necropolis stands before you. It is awe-inspiring in both size and splendor. Although ice and snow obscure a lot of the details from the distance, you see massive pillars and statues surrounding massive stone structures. And between you and the necropolis, there is a vast canyon spanned by 3 stone bridges. 2 of the bridges are apparently broken and completely unusable. Although the bottom of the canyon is cloaked in mist, you can see a fair number of bones scattered among the rocks. The canyon is completely shrouded in an eerie silence, and the only sound that can be heard is your feet crunching under a light layer of frost and snow on the paved path.
Shall we go on stealthily?
I have a coin.
What's the coin do?
Congratulations.
I have the coin to get us in.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean. I thought you just said a coin. I mean, stop flexing on it.
Yeah, no, it's an actual coin. It's the burnished.
Oh,
What?
you need to sing the song, the Witcher song.
Yeah.
Play to the Witcher. So that
Yeah.
Oh, that song.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Let's get our 2 bards singing it. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Unfortunately, I don't know that song.
Oh, imagine that you
Oh.
sing that song.
Um,
Got the song rest, but...
are we going in stealth or are we going in singing?
I think we can go in stealth. I mean, I can also send Fortuna up ahead as like a little scout. You know, she can still be 100 and some
Yeah.
feet up and ahead to spot any
Hey!
things. So.
This is me shouting as I'm running forward.
Oh my god.
Okay. We have a
Okay.
scout. Okay.
Shit.
So yeah, so
And my pants are falling
Are
down
you-
as I'm running.
He's
it
doing
is
he's doing
freezing
I'm-
cold.
Yeah, but I'm trying to like pull them up as I'm running. So I managed to do that.
Okay. And are you actually
Oh,
just running
set a
forward with
bonfire.
no care?
Just
at
running
all? Are
down
you-
that cliff screaming, "Get the fuck out of my way!"
Don't know what the fuck V was
You're running
doing.
along the path towards the only functioning bridge. Yes.
Yeah, towards the way we need to go. Yeah.
Okay. And it's just blind running down the way.
Just fucking like, come on, guys, let's go.
Okay. As you're doing
take
that,
my
I
shield
will
back.
say, with your passive perception, Leia, you do notice footprints in the snow ahead of you. That as you see Vigo running ahead, he is scuffing away some footprints that were previously there. So he disappears. He just goes bolting along the way in front. All right. Okay. In that case, hold on.
Can I throw a snowball at him as he runs away?
Yeah. Make an
no.
unarmed, to do an unarmed attack kind of thing.
Okay, I've got a nice shot here, unarmed strike.
Nah, bro.
Oh,
Nice, bro.
I'll throw like 7 at them.
Doesn't work.
I'll throw 7 snowballs at him.
You're just throwing snowballs.
Yeah.
All right. I'll just roll a D100.
What the fuck?
Or just roll 7 D20s. Okay.
this is 110,
What's your
isn't
unarmed
it?
bonus?
that was not-
What's your unarmed?
That was Prometheus that did that.
That was Prometheus.
sorry.
What's your plus? Do you have +5 on your unarmed?
Plus 5.
All right.
Wait.
So you
Do I
God.
deflect it?
Wait, did I get 100? I did.
Do I
Jesus
deflect it? I
Christ.
deflected by 2.
You rolled a D100 and you got 100.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Alright,
That's
I'm
more
definitely falling.
I'm not. You're not taking any. You're not taking any damage, Vigor.
No, I know, but
You
like,
are
because he got a
just
D100, I'm fucking. He's done some magic shit with that snowball.
No. Okay, I'll describe this. You go sprinting off ahead, and the
Wait,
rest of your
can-
party is
can-
like,
can
"What the
Phoebe
fuck is he
get,
doing?" And just starts slashing snowballs at you as you go sprinting off into the distance.
Is that a verse
And-
for Phoebe? Maybe.
That's a legit verse I would put, yeah, 100%.
Well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So, like, you see Prometheus lashes like 8 snowballs in your direction. First one goes way wide, but then like 3 of them just nail you. One like on your shoulder, one on the back of your leg, and another one kind of near enough to your lower back as you're running around, and you kind of feel the cold. And then you just get hit by a barrage of snowballs from Xander. It is just like it hits you back of the head, back of the neck, dripping down through your armor. Like one hits you in your butt crack, another and like a couple hit you in the butt
I mean, my
crack,
pants are half
and it's
down,
just
so,
yeah, and it's it like you
One must have hit my
were like
testicle.
you were a little cold before. You were a little cold before. Now you are freezing cold. Like you're just covered in cold water because the snow is melted into your clothing, and you look like just a sopping mess as you kind of you come to a stop at one point just to kind of shake yourself off because you are drenched now with snow and everything, and it's uncomfortable. And if you stay like this for too much longer, you will start taking damage from the cold weather. So what are you doing? You're closest to the bridge by now, but this barrage of snow has just like stopped you in your tracks with that 100.
Can I just pull my pants up all the way and start like brushing off all the snow and like kind of getting into a more sheltered area next to the cliff maybe to warm myself up? Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, you try to get away, and you just kind of like you're trying to brush it off as much as you can. Your clothes are still wet, but like you're able to kind of brush it off well enough.
Can I make that a verse?
Yeah, like just
D100
a D100 and you get 100. Yeah, you can make that a verse. Like fucking hell, that's a 1 in 100 chance of that ever happening. Like
announcement to all: my bardic inspiration now has a minimum of 3.
Yeah.
Hell
What's
yeah.
your dice at? Oh yeah, by the way, you all got a long rest bar.
Oh yeah,
Did you take the long rest,
I did.
Carl?
I did not.
I did not.
Take the
But,
long rest, and I'll just minus 6 hit points from you.
Oh heck yeah. I keep
Just
my
so,
level
just so
one
that we
spell.
just so like your spells refresh, because you do get the benefit of a long rest. It's just you take damage.
Oh, heck
to
yeah.
what you-
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the speech, or technically wasn't a speech at the beginning from Prometheus, but oh wait, sorry, that was the day, that was the day before.
didn't.
Well,
the
he
day
hasn't
before,
done
yeah.
this one this day. Yeah, okay, that's
He
fine.
hasn't done one today, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, as you come closer to the bridge, let me just.
Oh, is it too late, by the way?
For what?
Can I want to stop the party for a sec, and I have a speech.
You're right at the fucking bridge, man.
Yeah,
You're right at the
just before
motherfucking
we-
bridge.
Just before we cross the the bridge, you know. I just have I'm stopping everyone, or is that right? Or is that I'm fucking this up?
I'm just gonna say that's fucking.
I don't have to do the speech for that.
It's like 10 minutes. If you want to spend 10 minutes standing at the bridge before going over the chasm, you can do it. But
Okay. I'm gonna keep people are gonna be giving me looks and trying to interrupt me, and I just kind of drone over them as I continue my speech.
Every time
I'm-
during his speech he says the word I'm throwing a snowball at him.
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Just
don't
roll a
forget my shield
d20
back,
whenever
so-
he says it.
Okay.
Okay. If men wish to live, then they are forced to kill others. The entire struggle for survival, a conquest of the means of existence, which in turn results in the elimination of others from these same sources of substance. As long as there are people on this earth, there will be nations against nations, and they will be forced to protect their vital rights in the same way as individuals are forced to protect our rights. One is either the hammer of the anvil. You can vest it as our purpose to prepare the several people again for the role of the hammer. We admit freely and openly that our movement is victorious. We will be concerned day and night with the question how to produce armed forces, which are forbidden by us from the peace treaty of the gods and the titans. We solemnly confess that we will consider every scoundrel Sidon who does not try day and night to figure out a way to violate this treaty. For we have recognized this treaty. We will take every step which strengthens our arms, which augments our forces, and which strengthens our people. We confess that we will dash anyone who gathers pieces, who should dare hinder us in our undertaking. Our rights will be protected by the Cornerstone Party and the Cornerstone Dagger. Okay. A bit of
So how many
there.
points do they get?
It is 8 hit points each. Add that to your tally,
Oh.
boys and girls, and we
Nice.
so. It's worth it. It's worth it, but it's
worth
a,
it.
It's a bit of a trip.
It's a big slash from a something.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say 8?
Yeah.
Do you add that on my
8.
spells?
It's
Eight.
temporary.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
I think Dan can do it, can he? Or is it?
You can just put it in. It's underneath your health thing when you open your character sheet.
Yeah, you just type in 44 where it says 34.
Okay, nothing's next.
Wait, what's
Don't
it
know why I was
called
saying
again?
slam jam the whole time.
Temporary hit points. You see, I'll double check it in a sec to make sure everyone's done it right. I'm just.
Do we do it in Foundry, right?
Yeah, Foundry.
Temporary
I just
hit
typed in
points.
44 instead of 36 and it works, I think.
Wait,
Okay. I think I'll find more speeches actually.
I think is that right?
Hold on a sec. I'll have a look in a second.
Yeah, no worries.
All right. All right. Let me have a look. So, Leia, you did you. So, EA. Okay. So it's how many hit points is it? 8. 8 temporary hit points for everyone, is it?
It's 8 for everyone, yeah.
All right. I see. Vigo's done it. I did it for Leia. I did it. Oh, you're on. Oh no! You don't put it like that. There you go.
Did I do it wrong again?
No, you did it wrong, but it's fine now. I fixed it for you. Xander. Like that, and then.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, you put it underneath.
Everyone else.
Okay.
Because it's not health, because you can't regain temporary hit points, but you can regain hit points.
Yes. Okay.
It's like temporary hit points. Once you get them, you can't regain them. Like, and if you lose them, they're gone for good.
Cool.
Until you have something else that gives you temporary hit points.
Shall we get across the bridge?
Yeah. Okay. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll activate the scene.
Yeah.
Is everyone over?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're across now. Okay. Okay. Can I stealth?
You're on the bridge.
Okay. Can I start stealthing?
It's a bridge. It's about 20 feet across, and it's just a bridge. Like,
But like,
there's nothing to really stealth on. It's just kind of snow, like light snow on the bridge,
okay.
and like
Wait. Hold.
pillars
hold
along
up
the
for me,
side
just
with
don't
like
go any further.
occasional kind of.
Don't go
Oh,
any
okay,
further.
hold on.
Don't
Okay,
go any
hold
further.
on. Pausing for a sec. Let me describe the bridge. And it is, like, it's, you see parts of it where it's cracks in the bridge, and there are some small dragon heads maybe on the buttress parts along the sides of the walls. But yeah, what are you doing now that you're on the bridge?
Okay. What? We see something ahead of us. What is that?
Sorry, shall I
Ooh.
roll for that downtime? Sorry.
Oh, you're on 2, were you?
Think so.
Yeah, you're good.
Going on.
Yeah, so you're up to 3. I just
Okay,
marked it
cool.
down.
Sick.
Nice. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I paused it for a sec, describing what you see. Are you straight up anything you guys are doing right now before I describe what you see?
Oh.
Because like Xander said he wanted to stealth on a fucking bridge that has nothing to stealth behind, or you just kind of ducking down.
Okay.
Like,
Oh shit! There's something I can.
I'll have the coin like in my hand, ready.
okay. So as you guys start to cross the bridge, you see a lone skeletal figure floating at the end, at the center of the bridge, towards the end. A tattered cloak covers the figure's thin frame and obscures its face, and golden runes are traced along the hems of its cloak. As you draw closer, you see the figure hold out a skeletal hand.
Okay. I guess he wants
I'm
he wants the coin.
The
Obviously.
coin on the hand.
Can
Okay.
Okay. We'll go with you.
You can
Phoebe.
move. You guys can all move.
We'll go
if
with
you
you, Phoebe. We'll stay with you. Hang on. I want to move with her. Yeah. Okay.
Let's give him the coin. Let's slap that in his hand. Baby,
Like,
you got a job to do. Let's slap
I'll
it
just
in his
like cautiously drop it, like really preciously on the little skeletal hand.
Okay. And as you guys get closer, this thing is floating about a foot off the ground. The hand that you see that's being held out is like its left hand, and there is no flesh. It is just bone. And you see the cloak kind of flapping in a non-existent wind. There is no wind here at all. And it's just deathly silence all over the place. You put the coin in its hand, and you see the fingers kind of do a really disconcerting clinking notion as they close over the coin, and the hand slowly comes up to its face, opens some of the fingers, looks at the coin, and then drifts back into its robes. And you all hear inside your heads a very kind of faint voice saying, "Welcome to the necropolis, Teramo."
Oh.
Before it
Creepy at all.
moves, it moves away off the bridge, heading in a northerly direction, before it just vanishes in full view of you. It just vanishes, like nothing exact, like it was never there.
Cheers.
Okay, bye-bye.
Damn. That was wild.
So as you cross the bridge, sorry, I'll just pause for a sec. Sure. You can, as you come across the bridge, you can see 12 tomb entrances dotted around the cliff face in front of you. Each are marked by 4 stone columns. To the north, you see a great white marble mausoleum the size of a small palace. And close, we'll get to that bit. You see many bodies lying upon the icy paths that wind around the ruins. Some are the desiccated, half-frozen corpses of would-be grave robbers, while others are statues of various sizes and styles. All their frozen eyes seem to be watching you. What do you guys do? The first tomb that you see is to your south, right here. And it's on the same level as you. I'll pause.
Do you guys want to come over here? You get off that cold, that weird ass bridge.
Yeah. I might just be spooked, but I completely forgot what we're doing here. What are we doing here?
Is other Jasmine here as well? She's muted on Discord and she's not on Foundry.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
I
And
can't load Foundry. Are we on a bridge or something?
you're on a bridge. I can't share my screen if someone else wants to share.
Matter. I was listening to this first. What are we doing here? Probably want to get into the thing, right?
So what's our purpose here? That's the question.
Okay, we were meant to claim mighty weapons wielded by dragons in the necropolis.
I think there is a quest tab. Where the hell is it?
Yes. Quest.
So it's one of the 3 things that we were meant to do, I think.
Yeah. Reclaim the weapons of the first Dragonlord.
Yeah. My notes were right.
Yeah.
I use she's probably not the best thing for me to use. I'm kind of moving a little bit closer to the tomb here. And I'm going to use just the first one of these. Did it go? Oh, it did.
What did you use? Divine Sense.
So this only does is the presence of evil registers in yourself as like Octus odor, and also good as well. So I can detect that within 60 feet.
All right.
Is there any?
So first thing that you. So how long does that last? And it's 60 feet, right?
I have 60 feet, but I'm fairly sure it's like a wave that stays. It's like a current. I don't think it stays around me. I think it's like a fucking radar signal that goes out every direction. I kind of get.
Okay, let me. And it just stays with you for like a certain period of time. I just want to double check.
No, it says as an action you can detect good and evil until the end of your next turn. So I guess until
for 6 seconds.
What?
So okay, so you immediately sense 2 things within your radius, other than what you already are aware of. The first is behind the tomb door that you see in front of you on the same level as you. You sense a strong presence of undead behind this tomb door, like slab. And then you see there's also a tomb up here, and you detect a strong sense of godly magic.
Which
And you can intuit. You can using your intuition, that implies that that particular tomb is consecrated.
Which one? The top one, is it?
The top one here, yeah.
Okay.
And as you come closer to this tomb in front of you, the one in front of you, you see written, kind of across the top of, across the 4 pillars, you see in large writing, Telemach Archenlander, Oathsworn of Taisafale. And across the tomb door, the stone slab in front of you, you see images carved into the stone of a large, barrel-chested man, very thick chest and arms, with a sword in hand, pointing it in the direction of what looks to be hovels and more tribe-like buildings, with a dragon carved standing behind him.
Okay. Are we close enough to see what the tomb above has on it, or not? No,
not really, no.
So I'm going to announce the party. It's like, guys, I did divine sense, and I got 2 indications back. Between the tomb just right over there. I think we should be a little bit careful. There's a strong presence of undead radiating from there, and I know there's I know what do you call the signs and the carvings are saying, but the one up above, I'm getting a sense of godly magic. So we should probably head over there. I think I would suggest that we go check out the one above, or even we can walk by a lot of them, and I can do this. I have 5 uses. I'll say sorry. That's probably. But anyway, I've ability to go do this a few times, but not many because it really wears out on me. So we could go climb up and check out the tomb above first, because this might be where we're looking for.
Yeah, sure. I think there's a path that goes around. We don't. I'm not sure.
It's kind of, you don't really see much of a way of paths. You just kind of see parts where people have like clambered up.
Yeah.
So that you can easily each tomb door is about 10 feet tall, and the path, there's like a lip up that's about another couple of feet higher than that. So you can easily climb up. It's not like it's a sheer wall. There's ways of climbing up. As you're walking by the tomb, Vigor, you get like a flash in your mind of a very similar man, but flesh and bone, with long brown hair. And you see him petting or kind of playing a little bit with a medium to large size silver dragon.
Is it possible for one of us to see if the dragon in the sky was still following us?
Okay, are you gonna you're gonna make a look? Are you? Okay.
Yeah, well, I'd like to detect anyway, if I can.
Yeah. Okay, I'll prompt you now. Xander. Perception.
Actually, is that metagaming? That might be metagaming.
No, if you're looking for a dragon
Okay.
that you know is you've been following, you don't see anything.
Okay.
It's just a cloud above you. And a little bit of snow blocking your eyes.
Okay.
Alright, so if you want to climb up one level, you can.
Yep, I'll do that. I will climb the cliff.
Yeah,
Climb the cliff,
I'll do the
Michael.
same.
Alright, so coming up to this tomb entrance, you see written in slightly more flowery writing, carving. Adonis Nerdagon, Oathsworn of Raspitrion, most beautiful of Dragonlords. If but his swordwork had been as beautiful.
Oh.
And you see the carving along this door is very much focused on the man himself, not kind of like a landscape like the first one was. This one just shows like a man, like a very, very, very handsome man, kind of like underwear model kind of esque, and he's long, like sweeping blonde hair is kind of carved, like you can kind of envisage, and the armor that he's wearing is beautifully decorated, and you see standing like beside him in the carving is another dragon. This one's slightly larger than the first one. And Vigor, you got a vision again. It's almost like a memory coming back to you of probably one of the most beautiful people you've ever seen. And it's you're kind of kicking yourself for a moment, thinking, how the fuck could I ever forget someone this outrageously attractive? And you see him standing also with a bronze dragon.
So it's
So, I mean, what do people think is the right action here, dude? I mean, we have 10 tombs. We could go along each tomb and see which they are, or do we start exploring these tombs?
Like, is the tomb closed off with the door, or is it like open to walk into?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
Prompt you now. It's stone slab.
Is Carl trying to do any magic?
I was ritual casting detect.
Oh,
magic,
detect magic.
So I don't know
okay.
if that would change anything
So
here.
that your ritual casting detect magic, and that lasts a certain amount of time, does it?
I think 10 minutes once it kicks
10
off,
minutes as
or
you're walking
maybe-
around.
Or maybe
Yeah,
an hour,
like-
let me double check.
It takes 10 minutes,
think
or it
It
lasts...
takes it'll take 11 minutes from the cast it because it's 10 plus 1
Yeah.
for a ritual cast. And let me see.
Detect magic lasts concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you can do that. You detect, like as you're just kind of casting it, the others are kind of milling about between the first two tombs. You don't detect anything magical in the first tomb. And you detect two things that seem of a magical nature within the second, Adonis's tomb. You also detect like a strong sense of magic on the tomb door as well.
I relayed the information to the team, and I'm going to assume that there's a lot of magic placed on the tomb to stop something from coming out or us from going in? Can I make that?
It sounds more like a stop you from getting in. That's what the feeling you're getting.
Do we get what type of
is there any-
magic? Does he rather?
The magic you get is fuck. Well, the magic you get from the tomb entrance is very much like it doesn't really have a school associated with it. It just feels holy. Whereas what you're detecting within kind of feels like abjuration and just mainly abjuration.
By the way, we're here to go get the weapons, alright?
Yeah.
Of
So-
the first Dragonlord.
So
No, the
this
first
could be
Dragonlord. So
one
this is
of
not-
many. This could be one of many.
Presumably, right? The sword or whatever weapon of the first Dragonlord will be buried with the first Dragonlord. So
Yeah.
should we just go around finding that tomb?
All right, so Prometheus, you step by the next tomb. This one reads, simply, Esther Arcanander, Oathsworn of Athacria.
And
Athacria?
the first.
Athacria.
I feel like I've heard that before. But go on, sorry.
Okay.
Is Esther?
That is all you see, and then you see
Okay,
this
You've
is.
seen Esther.
the-
Arcanander.
This is very kind of bland in comparison to the previous two tombs. There is a carving of a man on the tomb entrance, but is less detailed than the first two. And there is also a carving of a similar dragon to the previous two. But the detail on this is much smaller. And as you walk by, Carl, you don't detect any magic inside.
Can I climb up here and just have a look maybe with a vantage point and see where can I see any tomb that looks particularly well adorned?
Yeah,
Or-
okay. So the tombs that you see along here are all similar in size. There is a tomb like on a raised edge, kind of in the middle, to your north, like kind of on its own kind of plinth, like island of rock, that looks slightly fancier. But beyond that, you see this huge pyramid-shaped tomb with steps leading up it. And then to the left of that, you see another more well-decorated kind of tomb entrance as well, to the left. To your
okay.
north.
So I'm gonna call down, guys. We are looking for the first Dragonlord. I think it's safe to assume that he will have one of the fancier tombs, or at least maybe the first one.
I mean, should we just like
the biggest
fan
one.
out and look for Xander?
Could
Oh,
I just
We-
reach out and
Tomb?
touch this tomb?
Oh, which one?
They have one on beside.
The Adonis one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you reach out, you touch it,
Yeah.
and you just feel stone, marble. That's all you really feel.
Okay.
I noticed Xander's touching the tomb. I'd like to also do that, considering my visions that I've had.
Yeah.
Steven.
You reach out, you touch it as well, and if you feel marble, and you kind of you're kind of moving your hand around, and it's just smooth marble. Your hand's just kind of moving over the different carvings in the tomb slab.
Okay.
The tomb that you were in front of, Phoebe, reads on Phobos, Oathsworn of Sibocorax.
Next.
What about this
Uh,
one?
Mirror check that one.
This one there is Esther Arcanander, Oathsworn of Akria.
We've come across Esther Arcanlander, haven't we?
Can I look at Kira?
Yeah.
Where is she?
She's kind of tagging along. She's keeping a pace with you guys, but she's not she's not leading. She's just kind of following you guys. So she'd be kind of with you. So like, if one of you would stream, just so Jasmine can see.
No.
Maybe Niall.
It's okay. I can imagine this.
Well, it's easier for me to describe the locations of stuff when everyone else can see but you can't. So.
Thank you.
I think I got it there, and I'll just.
I just want to know her mood when she sees kind of Esther's grave.
It's not good.
It's like very obviously not good. Just around Esther's grave.
She gets noticeably colder.
Yeah.
As she walks by his.
Gotcha.
Maybe an X. Carl and I am. Well, not
Okay.
X, he's in.
Sorry, well, just Phoebe, the tomb that you are in front of says Cosmophobos, son of Rezonphobos.
Cute. I think I'll just skip ahead. Ooh,
There's another one, right? That one there reads Nicholas Phobos, blessed of Sidon.
Have we been to this one over here yet?
No, that one reads Myrto the Magnificent. And that is adorned in you can see gold inlay on the stone slab of that one.
Where?
Okay, so that one's like the more
Yeah.
noticeably royal looking tomb.
Yeah. And as you're walking, there are two others on the ground floor that you walked by that are in varying states of disrepair. Particularly one here, and then one here.
Can I use Divine Sense?
Sorry, hold on. There was also Detect Magic going as Carl was walking around. Carl, as you were walking by, you detected strong godly magic from Rezon's tomb. And you detected some more abjuration inside. You did not detect anything magical from Cosmos or the two that were on the ground floor. Sorry, not godly magic from that's Nicholas's one that you marked as godly magic.
Oh, which one?
The bottom one.
Oh, the very bottom one.
Yeah, of the three.
Yeah, of the three. Oh, okay, this one here.
Yeah. And then as you were walking by the Nicholas's one, let me just check something. Can't remember what school of magic this is. Hold on a second. It's not for every day that I'm fucking looking up what schools of magic for stuff like this. From inside Nicholas's, you detect a strong sense of conjuration.
Ooh. Could be useful.
Interesting.
You do detect something magical, like at the edges of your senses as you're walking near enough to Myrto's tomb. But it's kind of hard. It's like at the edges of your senses, and you're not really sure what that was. This tomb that Phoebe is in front of reads Isidore Hurath.
Start to get this cold. Oh, go on.
Sorry, I'll also describe what you're seeing as well, viewer, because you guys are just kind of fucking going everywhere and anywhere.
We'll do turn orders then. We'll do that.
No, so Isidore's is decorated with a what seems to be a slim, attractive woman in armor, looking out over a city. Is the decoration on hers? Not Isildur, Isidore.
Isildur. Okay. How do I do this?
And yeah. Okay, who am I going with next? The detect magic inside Isidore's Hurats. You do not. You detect. Oh fuck! Let me look up the spell. The different types. You detect enchantment.
Ooh.
That's very vague.
That's the school you detect enchantment.
I'd like to try to touch the doors. Put a little bit of force on it.
Okay. You're just putting some force into it.
Just a little bit of force.
A little bit of force. Let me prompt you now, Carl.
I'm fucking dead. Oh shit, I'm strong.
16. Ooh. You're kind of pushing on this stone slab, and it's like you're pushing and you're pushing and you're pushing. You feel it give a tiny bit, and then it's nothing.
Okay, that's it.
That's it.
Do you want help? Ooh.
Actually, yeah, hold on. I can just shout over the boys. Prometheus, you got a second?
Oh wait, also.
Yeah.
You also detect. It's not just enchantment. You also detect abjuration as well on this one. Forgot about that bit.
Okay.
But yeah. So is Prometheus also coming over to help push the door?
Yes. Yeah. Sure. I'll come around.
You got a second, buddy?
Can I? With the divine sense, can I detect? I can detect good and evil, but can I detect which? Let's say, God. Would I get any? Do I get any like feeling of?
Oh, like that? No. You don't get that minutia of detail.
Okay.
So you've set off another divine sense. Okay. You do not detect anything divine or otherwise in. You do detect, like, if you're casting it as you're walking along, where would you have detected it? Where would you have cast it?
I would have cast it between these two, so between the fancy looking big one and the one where Carl's at.
You don't detect anything. Beyond what you've already done, no, you don't detect anything.
Okay. Sure, I'll go help Carl. So let's
all right.
Test out. Is there any? But would I know if there's any gods that directs or that is so directly in charge of maybe life and death, or who like covers that? Like, who would you pray to at funerals? Who's the most common, or does it depend for god by god?
Lutheria. It depends. Like, you either pray to the five or you pray to Lutheria when someone dies. Generally, Mitros is who people would pray to.
So can I when I go up to this, I'm gonna suggest I talk to Carl. Carl, I'd suggest we do pray to Mitros just before we give this another shot. Maybe ask for her leave in exploring this due to the willingness to secure humanity's future. So maybe we should both lay our hand on and say a quick prayer to Mitros. And then we should try and shove it across.
You don't. I will say you don't detect anything godly from this tomb, or from any of the other tombs.
You wanna go ahead with it?
Well, yeah, I think we can go ahead with it anyway, just to secure our bases. You know, this.
we are going into random people's graves. I mean, I think it's only right. So
Alright.
I'm going to lead Carl and myself through a prayer, and then I'm going to go help him try and push this aside.
Alright. In that case, Carl and Prometheus. You either one of you makes a strength check with advantage, or you both make strength checks.
Wait, one sounds better than the other.
So one of you
I
has
think-
advantage, or you both make individual checks.
Oh, fuck
I
that.
think I do with advantage, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, strength check with advantage.
Oh, shit. I'm trying.
Come on, come on, come on,
Try,
come on,
man,
come on,
try.
come on, come on, come on. Oh.
21.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So with enough pushing between the two of you, and let's face it, Carl's assisting, and it's just enough to push you over the line, but a lot of the work is being done by Prometheus. And as you push it, you feel it kind of clunk in enough for you to then be able to just gently push it open. And as you do so, you start to hear like the sound of a bell ringing. Just kind of faintly at the beginning as it starts to get louder and louder and louder. Carl, you are proficient in Arcana checks, right?
Hell yeah.
I'll have you make an Arcana check then.
But plenty intelligent. The big smarts coming into play now.
Yeah. Oh.
25. That sounds awfully like an alarm spell. And the more you're kind of piecing it together in your mind of like as you're hearing this bell ringing, the likely caster of that was the floaty guy from earlier.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Prometheus, I think he's waiting for us in there, right? He's got something planned. They know we're coming.
Well, I mean, if it's an alarm spell, I mean, we probably shouldn't have done what we just did, but if we have, we should call everyone at least back together. We should all group everyone up, so I'm just going to go holler for them. What do you think?
Well, I'll describe a little bit what you see inside. Because the door is open now and you can see inside. You see a sarcophagus in the middle of the tomb, depicting over the top of the stone sarcophagus an athletic woman of regal bearing, and you see murals dotted around the wall showing her competing in foot races, javelin throwing, and other competitive games. And always at her side in each of these murals is a man in a cloak that resembles the one worn by that which guards the necropolis.
Oh, shit.
You see this all inside. Alright, what else you guys doing?
I mean, Carl.
Can I call over to them and say, is that the right tomb, guys?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I get this chilling feeling over to this side of the room, as it's a bit shadier.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering if, like, it would be wise to search that direction, or is where we need to go more towards where Prometheus is.
Okay. The more, as you're just kind of hanging around the entrance to this tomb, you haven't stepped in. You see. Hold on a second. In front of you, just appearing out of nowhere, is the same floating skeletal creature. And he's blocking your entrance to the tomb. And you just hear a voice, like Carl and Prometheus, you hear this voice ringing in your head, saying, "You dare desecrate her tomb. Step one foot in, you die."
Well, we are
That makes me
here
want to go over there now.
we are here to fulfill a prophecy, which we must save the mortal realm, as if your master has done in the past. We need your master's help.
And you see just like this the same skeletal hand that came out and like took the coin from Phoebe, just come out and point in the direction of near enough to where Vigor is, down here. I think that is what you seek. Leave.
I'm gonna give him a little bow and say, do you want us to close the door, or do you want to do it, or?
The same skeletal hand just clicks once, and you see the what took like a lot of effort from the two of you just shoving it just slams closed, and a little bit of
Okay.
dust puffs out,
Um,
and he's just there, floating there in between the pillars, just kind of staring at you. Yeah, through the hood. You can't see anything through the hood.
Damn, man, that's cool. Can you show my mate Carl how to do this? He's a big fan of magic. I mean, we're a big fan of your master, by the way. So it's just we didn't mean to step on any toes or anything. Nothing.
Respond.
Okay.
Can I take a dagger out?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, like just very slowly, so it's not like super secret. Like, I just like cut my hand a little bit so it like bleeds, and then I don't know if like they'll do anything. I don't know if they'll do anything with that.
You take 1 point of damage for cutting your hand like that, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It's like I could say as a descendant of Isildur, can I beseech thee for your assistance in our what's it called? Our plans to save humanity. I don't know if he can like tell that I'm a fucking descendant from the blood.
Cut your fingies.
And only
Right.
only Prometheus can hear. No
Take
better
your
than
beat
me.
off.
Only Prometheus hears this bit. Only
Yeah.
Prometheus hears this bit. And you see instead, like the left arm has disappeared back into its cloak, and the right arm comes out now, and just holds its hand out above your bleeding hand, and you hear ringing in your head. Find your ancestor. Valis knows more.
Oh.
Only I hear that, yeah.
Only you hear that. That's just the only thing you hear in your head, and it's like a ghostly kind of voice, kind of creeping in. It's very unsettling.
Thank you. Thank you greatly.
All right.
I'll move back up to the two.
All right.
Was the guy's
as you
name
step-
Valis?
Valis, as in the goddess.
Oh, the goddess.
So okay. Also, I do want to say, as you're, cause there was a lot going on. As you were walking along, Vigor, you did get, when you were at Rezon's tomb way down here, you got this image of a bronze-skinned woman, like very muscled, with long black, almost black hair pulled into a very tight ponytail, and you see her just riding astride this huge bronze dragon.
Is this the same bronze dragon I saw?
Different
Different dragon. Okay.
Different dragon. And then you see, as you walked by, who was it? Cosmo. You saw like a little 8-year-old boy, kind of same colored skin, similar colored hair, bright blue eyes. Just kind of, you remember ruffling your hand through his hair. As you walked by Nicholas, nothing. No memory of Nicholas comes to you. Isidore, you remember a teenager, um, very attractive blonde-haired teenager that was constantly kind of trying to challenge other soldiers in hand-to-hand combat, just constantly trying to she was athletic and boisterous from your memory. The tomb you're standing in front of now reads Lysis Archenlander. That is all it says.
Cool.
Phoebe, you are standing in front of a large kind of pyramid, and you don't see any writing immediately visible to you, but this massive tomb dwarfs all of the others in the necropolis, with pristine white marble, with large serpentine pillars, and you see all of these pillars are actually statues that are being carved into the shape of dragons.
Ooh. Probably something interesting in there, but I'll leave that for now.
You actually see, this is raised up. You can step inside. This seems more kind of open than. This is not so much if you step up onto the steps, like over here. Whoops.
Oh, you were trying to move me.
I moved you at the same time. But if you move up, you'll see something.
Ooh. Cool. Is there a description of this?
You see mosaics lining the floor and the ceiling of this section of the mausoleum, and you see a large, huge skeleton of a dragon, and it's easily 15 to 20 feet long. The wingspan is 30 feet, if not longer, if not wider. And it goes up about another 10, 15 feet in height. And it's just a skeleton there.
What's
And behind
No,
that you see a depiction of a stone depiction of the goddess Mitros. Very similar to one you saw when you're in the mines.
Cute. What's in front of it?
Small altar.
Oh, cute.
Where is this?
And where Phoebe is. She's
The giant building.
the giant pyramid.
Oh.
If you step
she in
over
it?
by there. She stepped into it, yeah. It's open
Oh,
for view.
okay. I'm gonna run over. I feel like I'm missing out stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything here.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
It's cool.
Where's this altar, brother?
It's
Just
this the little white bit there, yeah.
Can I make a suggestion, guys? I think, now, I know one of us might have acquired some Yeti fur. I know you don't want to waste the Yeti fur, but we could sacrifice it as a symbol of the Yeti on this altar to Mitros.
Does that though? Can I look over to Kira and be like, does that work though?
I don't know. It's Yeti for. It's good for clothing. Depends.
I mean, but a ring's a symbol of a marriage or something much bigger. So I mean, at the same time, we're kind of going with the same logic here, you know.
I'm not convinced.
Can I make a religion check on this? Or maybe with the help of kind of
Yeah.
discuss
What?
it with Leia, being a Claire.
Yes.
Yeah, hold on. The two of you making some religion checks
Make-
on
make
what
it
are you
7.
trying to what are you trying to deceive?
Just
What are you trying to discern?
just seeing if we were to sacrifice something on this altar, i.e. or more specifically the Yeti because no one sacrificed the Yeti to any god, so perhaps it was the Yeti for, would that be are we sacrificing the Yeti as a result of part of it? You know, if we try to be a symbol of the Yeti.
Did you? I prompted you there. Did you not get it?
Oh yeah. Oh, I got it. Here. Oh my.
You have no clue. You to you this it doesn't seem like a bad idea, but Leia, you kind of realize something like this, like you've already skinned the animal. You're either sacrificing the animal, or you're not sacrificing parts of it. If you want to, like you've already gotten something of use from it. You can't just sacrifice that. So yeah.
You can't
You
do
wouldn't.
this, Dingo Prometheus. You should know that if you sacrifice the gods, the item should be like not missing parts of his
Yeah.
body.
It's kind of more
so that's
so
true.
sacrificing a cow leather or something like that, or I don't think a god would particularly want it. Maybe if we all sat down and prayed in front of this, it might have an effect.
I mean, we could try. I mean,
What are we trying to get out of this?
I have no idea.
Alright.
Could I do a history check actually on just the room?
Yeah, you can do a history check. The first history check of all of the tombs you've walked by. This is the first one you decide to do a history check on.
Yeah.
Because it's a dragon and it's cool.
Yeah.
I think everyone should do history checks realistically around the place.
Yeah, sure. I think I should do one as well.
16. 16 is good enough to realize that this is the tomb. This tomb is and skeleton before you is that of Balmitria, the dragon, Xander's dragon.
Okay.
And you're in like a tomb to celebrate her. And then you see other motifs kind of dotted around the place of like the other 5 gods. It's just the one on the back is just Mitros, slightly larger. Yeah, you know this to be like this dragon is from your history it was Xander's dragon, and then after Xander passed away it became Cosmo's dragon for a short period of time. Yeah, that's all you kind of really know. And then what are you making a history check on, Vigor?
I'd like to make a history check on the dragon as well, but like maybe touch the head of the dragon if that would mean anything extra. Otherwise,
the head is about like 8 feet off the ground.
Is it? Okay.
It's
I
like
stand
a
on
part
the
of the
altar
skeleton.
and jump to touch its head. No, if it doesn't do anything, I'm just gonna do it.
You can touch the head of the dragon. So you touch the head of the dragon. Let's see what happens.
It wakes up.
17. Okay. So you reach up and you touch. You kind of have to do like a little leap to touch the head. Also make a perception check for me, please. 22. As you reach up to touch the head, and you touch it, but you also notice the head's a bit loose. not in the way that you'd kind of expect for like I put together skeleton like this. The head's a bit loose. But you do as you touch it, you do get kind of a flash of memory of a large silver dragon. And you remember it kind of curling around some humans to kind of comfort them after a particularly horrible battle. One of those humans is a very richly dressed and more ornate armor than many of the other soldiers you remember from your vision, with like short blonde hair, and a little crown around his little circlet around his head. But this dragon, it's about the same size as what you see in front of you, from your memory. But yeah.
Would I know anything of dragons in terms of if a gold dragon and a silver dragon had a baby? Would that be more towards a silver dragon or completely different?
Have you got proficiency in Arcana?
No, probably not. Let me check.
It would be on your attributes page.
Attributes. Nope.
Do you see a little tick? Let me check.
No, I don't think so.
Nope, you do not. You have no fucking clue.
No idea.
You would have no clue. Just reading what you guys are saying. Okay, Carl, you touching the dragon tail. The dragon's tail. You touch the tail. It just feels like bone.
Can I also do that Arcana check?
On what are you trying to do the Arcana check on?
The thing Niall was trying to do. Sorry, the thing. Messed up. Xander was trying to do.
He didn't vocalize what he was doing, so for you to do the same role wouldn't make any sense.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
Well, if you want to make another kind of check like that, like you can, but it would require some communication between you. He didn't vocalize that he was doing that as like you didn't say, "Oh, I wonder if."
Yeah.
It was.
I could ask
just something
Carl
you were doing
maybe,
internally.
or I can ask maybe.
Yeah, you can say that. You can ask
yeah.
if other people would know that. But you already made the rolls, so I'm not gonna make you another two people make the same roll.
Oh, okay, that's fair. That's actually fair.
That's kind of metagamey.
It is, yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
So Prometheus, you make a prayer in front of the statue of Mitros.
I'm just doing it.
Yeah.
I'm slowly trying to pray to more Mitros over time. Throughout my days, I pray to Pithor and Mitros.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back out to the tomb outside.
Yeah. Okay. So you step outside.
I'll follow them.
And you see here in front of you, Xander and Prometheus, is a white marble tomb carved into the side of the mountain, different to the other tombs that just kind of didn't blend the same. They kind of looked. They didn't look as cleanly done as this is. You see, sheltered by an imposing portico of weathered columns, the entrance to the sepulchre of this tomb is blocked by a heavy chiseled slab, flanked by two statues of sitting lions. The center of the slab is fitted with an inset bronze handle, and the pediment above the tomb is engraved with the name Xander, amidst intricate vines and laurel leaves. Off to the side, you see two smaller tombs, smaller than the previous ones that you'd walked around, and you see kind of carved into the names of each of these tombs: Aetius, Pericles, Vigor, Eustace.
I just want to ask, is Leia beside us?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know any draconic phrases that maybe could open up?
As Madame.
I do.
Basmadan literally translates to forge.
That was the
No.
only draconic. Alright. Prometheus does know. I also know draconic, but I don't know off the top of my head in real life what it is. I need to
like
search.
maybe like enter or like
I speak draconic.
Sorry, let me remove the coin from you, Phoebe, as well, because the coin also intrinsically gave you draconic.
Yeah, I did not use that, did I?
No,
oh wow.
Well, there you go.
it was a wondrous item.
I'll have to look for another one of those.
Um,
I'm gonna
Oh,
put my
oh.
hand on the handle. No, I'm just YOLOing here, man.
You put your hand on the handle and you say, "Open for the Dragonlords' heirs" in draconic, and nothing happens.
Could I, Prometheus?
I'd like
do you
to.
wanna,
I'd like to touch it, please.
do you
Say
want to
the
push
same.
this door open, guys?
Well, I do want to also point out the names that were on the tombs on either the smaller tombs on either side, because I think it was kind of glossed over.
But
What were they?
Vigor was one of them.
Aetius, Pericles, Eustace, and Vigor.
Were you
Can we
dead
get
once,
Vigor
Vigor?
to hold Xander's nutsack as he Xander tries to open the door?
No, I'd like to. I don't remember this place, but I would like
No.
to try. But I don't know draconic, so I don't know. I don't think I do anyway.
Let me double check. Nope, you don't know draconic. You know Leonin? What the fuck?
These are the random languages I picked. Okay, I didn't know what they were back then.
We might get you to change Leonin, because Leonin is for lion people, which are not in this setting.
Maybe we should change it, because I
Yeah.
think back then when I was.
But we're not going to change it now to
No,
draconic.
no.
That'll be something
But I
we change
probably
after
should
the
change
session.
it to draconic.
But yes. So what are you doing at the door? Lear?
I
Or-
touch my
so you
sta-
have
I
the- you
touch
have
my
the-
statue and see if anything happens.
So you have a small kind of, it's a smaller door, like stone slab.
Like
That's,
I touched it and I'd like to do a history check to see if I remember anything about it.
Okay, let's have a look. Eager, make a history check. You start thinking, and you're trying to. It's like, why is my name here? And you vaguely remember a long time ago a conversation about where you'd like to be buried. Vaguely. No, but you can't remember who you were talking to or why the conversation came up, but you vaguely remember something about this.
What age are you, Vigor?
I'm like, actually don't know. Let me check my biography. I am 420.
Fuck.
Damn, you boomer, bro.
I'm an old ass mother.
He's a doomer.
No,
I'm a dude.
Which is about middle-aged for a nymph.
You were nice.
Like young, like nymphs easily live to 1,000. So.
Anyone else want to push this door open, or?
I think we should all try and push together. Maybe try.
The central one.
Yeah, like a big. It's a big heavy door, right? Or is it-
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I think
it's a
we
big.
should-
Like
I
you
think
got
we
a little
should-
bronze inset
yeah.
in the middle
I
of
think
it as well.
as a team to try and hurry it up, we
We'll
should
try open it
each,
up,
like,
yeah.
push the door
Yeah,
together.
let's go for it.
All right.
Let's go.
Take a
I'll
handle
just-
each or a door.
Just
Xander with
saying,
advantage.
because there's like all of you are doing it. Let me just double check. Okay. So who's specifically? It's about like like 5 to 7.5 foot wide door, with a bronze inset handle. So specifically, who is trying to push this open?
I
So
am.
I know who to prompt, because not all of you can do this. Or unless you're all kind of piling in.
I think how many people can we get on that inset, by the way? Around 3, maybe 2, 3?
The inset of the handle is about like as wide as your hand.
Oh.
It's like a handle, like a door handle, but it's inset into the wall.
So maybe we get like 3 of us. Maybe Xander, myself, and I think the next strongest in the party is Leia Vigor? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe Leia and the rest of them are just holding onto her waist.
If y'all want to do things, like, dear Lord, please bless my team so we can open this door. Just get out of here.
Alright.
Give y'all
So
right.
I mean, I feel inspired.
Xander
That's what it is.
and Prometheus are making this strength check. And
But Carl's holding onto my hips to pull me back, though.
Yeah. If you allow it, yeah.
Yeah, of course I.
so who's getting the guidance? Leia?
I think it's is it me?
Xander. Oh, Xander's getting the guidance. Okay. So.
Because I'm gonna roll
Strength
bad
check
anyway. Because
for
Dan has hacks
Prometheus.
on.
And then I'll add 1d4 for you there.
Wait, it says,
The 1d4 should be included.
it says custom D4 formula, and then okay, and then
It rolls a
oh,
plus a d4. So he rolled a 4 plus 4 is just a plus 4, which was 12. Okay, and then a 17 for Prometheus. Okay. So the two of you are kind of pushing against this door, against the handle, as Leia touches you on the shoulder, Xander. And you're pushing, and you kind of feel, as you're pushing Prometheus, the handle click down, and then it slowly start to open. This, you feel it just opening more and more and more, until beyond all you see is darkness. It opens up into just, Xander, you can see this with your dark vision.
okay.
Into a a 50-foot wide and about 25-foot long kind of chamber with 4 pillars, 2 on the other side in front of you, and it's just black inside. You're only able to see this because, and a little bit of light seeping through from the day.
Okay.
But you're now inside Xander's tomb.
Yeah.
We'll stop it there. We'll
Okay,
come back
cool.
to it.
No.
Oh,
Yay.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh yes,
That was good, man.
that's not a bad
Thanks,
place.
Talk to you later, fam.
Talk to you later.
All right, talk to you later, Jasmine.
That was good.
Okay.
Maybe.
Bye.
Thanks so much. I'm gonna go too.
No problem, Jasmine.
Have a good night, y'all.
Good.
Have
Oh,
a good
and
night, Chad.
Merry
See ya.
Christmas if we don't see each
Oh,
other.
and Merry Christmas.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas.
you too.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya. Cool.
Thanks again, Dan.